You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Revolution After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Revolution After Show.
Welcome to the Revolution After Show on AFTERBUZZ TV. Bing is for doing, and I am your host, Megan Thomas. And who are you, handsome guy?
I am your handsome co-host, Brandon London.
Larice Shamar is unavailable. He's sick today, unfortunately. So we have to do this one for Larice.
Give him the nanites. He'll be all right.
I know. He needs the nanites. We are talking about episode 17 today, The Longest Day. And indeed, it was a very long day for these people.
It was a long day.
So we kind of see the warfare pick up a notch because they start the episode off with a drone attack, or as you like to call them,
A UAV. Everyone out there who plays Call of Duty or plays any type of fighting or war game knows that if it's an unmanned vehicle or unmanned aircraft, it's called a UAV. If you get 3 kills in Call of Duty, you hit the over button. UAV.
Okay, so for all of us non-nerders, nerdy gaming,
you shouldn't be watching the show if you're not a nerd.
No, but I'm saying you don't have to be a nerd to watch this show. I'm not a nerd, and I love this show. Ooh.
You're not a
and
nerd?
I didn't know it was called a UAV because, unlike you, I listen to politics, and they call it a drone.
Look,
okay.
Brandon's just getting his kill streak on.
Thank you.
And sending out some UAVs.
Thank you. Can you clear this up for us, please? What do you call these?
That's Steven, our producer.
Unmanned aerial vehicles.
Thank you.
Oh, gosh. Thanks, Steven.
But
like I said, the drone attacks that happen at the beginning of this episode, you see they're in this little trailer, and it is decked out.
Yes.
Okay, they've got the power on, and it looks like a serious, I mean, this is what it looks like. This is what the military does.
You hear what the guy said, though. It's like, you never thought we'd be sending out one of these again.
And the guy was like, I was hoping I never had to.
That lets you know Monroe means business.
He does. He's going for the kill. Miles, you better watch out. So the episode also starts, we see at the Rebel Georgia Federation camp, which, by the way, is in Ashland, Kentucky, where I'm from Kentucky, so big ups. I'm so excited. They've moved their way down to Kentucky.
To Kentucky. Did I say that right?
Whoa, that's not okay.
Everybody in Kentucky hates me now that I said that.
Yes, they do, because we don't all talk like that.
Shout out to John Wall.
Yes. So they, we see that they're there, and it starts off with Nora getting out of Miles's bed.
Yes.
And she now regrets it because the last episode she was not regretting.
That's and that's so, come on, that's drama right there. She's playing games like because she basically forced herself on him last time. She was like, you know, if you get killed, I want to make sure, she gets naked, shows the tattoo and all that stuff. Now she wakes up and she's, it's a bad idea. And causing problems. I gotta go to post. Come on.
This is like the typical girl.
Oh gosh, I gotta deal with this right now. Miles wanted to smoke a cigarette and be like, "I'm the king around here. I don't have to do anything. You can lay back in bed. We can think about." But
she's right though, because she says this was a mistake because one of them is probably going to have to die, and she doesn't want any attachments. She doesn't want to be hurt because of him dying, or she doesn't want him to be hurt because she has to die, because this is war, and it's tough. And so she really regrets it because now she remembers that there's an attachment here, and I don't need any attachments, and neither do you.
Was she drunk? No. So how can she regret it?
Because of what now? I mean, sometimes people do things in the heat of the moment.
Oh, man.
So is that wrong that she regrets it?
Yes, it's wrong that she regrets it because she shouldn't have done it in the first place. Like the man, he's already losing focus as it is because all of these love situations that he's getting himself involved in, all these emotional situations with Rachel, with Charlie, with her. He's having to rescue this person, He not only is he putting his life, but he's putting the lives of the Federation and the Georgia, the Georgians or whatever, Georgia Federation,
the Republic.
He's putting their lives in jeopardy, chasing people down and having to go look for people. So now had sex or whatever. Come on now. Come on.
Well, I do agree. She should have done it if she was going to regret it. But I understand why she regrets it.
Okay.
Okay. So then we see Neville and his son Jason.
Oh, yeah.
And this was good because Neville was like, you left me on that boat to die. Go ahead and finish it. And he really, like, tries to show his man card and was like, here, take this gun. Shoot me. Shoot me.
Because Jason is a punk.
He's not a punk.
Jason is a punk. His character is a punk.
Why would he shoot his father?
It's the same thing as leaving him for dead. Oh, you're not man enough? You're not. You want your father to die. You tell your father, I hate you. This is your father now. You're looking him in the eye saying, I hate you and all that stuff. And you want the Monroe Republic people to kill them because you're not man enough to take the gun and shoot him.
So does that make you a man just because you decide you want to kill your father yourself versus let somebody else kill him?
You're saying you want the man dead. You're saying you want him dead.
So that's what I'm saying. So does that make him a man just because he should want to kill his father versus let somebody else kill him?
You know what? I take my word. I take the use of words. I don't want to say it makes you a man or it makes you tough because he kills his father or something like that. No. What I mean is, that, if you want something, you want someone dead or you want something done, got to do it yourself. It goes back to something like that. And I know it's the father and it's going to be hard and all that, but you can't. It's the same thing as you leaving him for dead on that boat with the enemy.
I guess
it's the same thing. Kill him. And Neville's crazy.
He is crazy because what if his son, I mean, he really caught him off guard, but he also knows his son. This is his baby boy. So he knows him, and he knows that his son will actually not kill him.
He knows he's weak. He knows his son is a punk.
He's not weak. I don't think that's weak because you don't want to shoot your father.
Look at his character. Look at Jason's character. What has Jason's character done for the benefit of anyone?
For himself, he left the Monroe Republic.
That's like the same hand clap you give somebody when they stop smoking cigarettes.
But that's good because it's something positive. He did something positive. He decided he wanted to live more than just for, okay, we're going to decimate other people, but I actually want to free people and join the rebels. So he did a good thing.
So now what's he fighting for now?
He's fighting with the rebels still. Same thing.
If the power was to go on right now, say they annihilated the Monroe Republic and the Georgia Republic or Rebel Republic, they won. What would Jason do? What would his worth be to anyone?
What do you mean? He's gonna get married to Charlie and they're gonna have babies.
They're gonna move to Idaho and start farming. And
What's wrong with that?
This is 15 years after the power. You need to get with it. You need to get with it right now.
I'm done with you. Okay, so after that, Jason doesn't shoot his father, and he goes off. And I will say, this was kind of like him being a little kid because he goes off, like storms off in a huff and puffing kind of way. Yeah. And Charlie chases after him and was like, it's okay. And she basically tells him, I've gone through the same tough stuff with my own mother, so I get it. I understand you're mad. And so I feel like they were kind of running away together. Like, they go to the North Tower, and that's when the drones come.
The drones, the
UAVs. And she sounds the alarm, and the drones go
boom. They came, they dropping.
That was so unexpected.
That's so not fair. The show should be over. Right? Season 1 should be over with right now. You have the amplifiers. Monroe, you have jets, you have tanks, you have guns. It should be over. You're fighting steamboats.
I don't know what it is, but I feel like for him to have that much technology, he should have completely decimated everybody already.
Decimated everybody, yes.
Just send the whole entire infantry out. Everybody, let's go. And I think he's just been sending bits and pieces. But they do put a big dent in the rebel camp and the Georgia Federation because I think Miles said, 300 men were there. Now they're down to like 30. Yeah. So he did put, that was big.
What would you do? Would you run?
Yes.
You would run?
Without a shadow of a doubt, I'd run.
You would break camp and just run? because they're
Yes.
what do you say? The Monroe Republic. They're a couple miles from the north coming down. They're coming
yes.
down a couple miles, and
I'd be
that's what
headed
Neville
towards
was
the
like,
south.
Because Neville was like, oh yeah, he's gonna. He came to really to
Yeah.
clean up this time.
Right. And when he tells Nora, go to the south with everybody, you know, and she's like, no, I would have been like, yes, okay, I'm going to the south.
See, what do you stand for?
What do you
What do
mean?
you
I stand for life,
here?
okay? I don't want to die. I'm not going to die by the hands of somebody from Monroe Republic.
If the lights cut out in here, you wouldn't be part of the AFTERBUZZ team. I wouldn't let you on that.
No, but you wouldn't be part of the AFTERBUZZ
Yes, I
team because
was.
we need electricity to run this.
No.
So you wouldn't be here either.
But you want to run and all that stuff. I'm standing. I'm standing here.
Okay, then you're probably gonna die. So anyway, what happens is they look for Charlie, and they find Jason, who's like badly bruised,
yes.
and they did a number with that makeup on his face though, because he looked bad. He looked really bad. Like he really did look like he was about to die. So they go to look for Charlie, and they split up. Neville takes his son and says, you know, I'm gonna make it out here somehow. What?
Which is
what?
You're not gonna give me. Are you not gonna give me props or show me love right now?
For what?
Because of my last week's prediction when we were talking about Neville and his son. What did I say Neville was gonna do? I said that he was gonna have to do something drastic to get back into the good graces of everybody's hearts, and that's exactly what he did. But at the same time, I think that was Neville being Neville, because he never gets into the gritty gun battles, the fighting and stuff like that. He never jumps into the front line. Have you
Because
noticed
he doesn't
that?
have to. He doesn't have to. Because once you move up in the ranks, you're not necessarily meant to be like a foot soldier anymore. And so that's why he doesn't.
But is it safe to say that Miles is the #1 guy, the most important person in the Rebels?
Yeah, I definitely
And
think
he's
so.
in the front line.
But he's also the creator of an entire militia, and Neville is not. Neville's always just been. Neville was an insurance agent or something back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So he wasn't in. Miles has always been in the military. So this is kind of his background and his training. So I guess I can understand why Neville's more of a brain guy. But I mean, when it counts, he'll kill people. He said it. He's killed people. He's lied. He's cheated. He's done some really awful stuff.
He has done some awful stuff.
But this was his, he said he had to draw the line. Where does the awfulness end? And he said, leaving my son for dead. I won't do that.
Unless you're like the straight up devil. Everyone has a line somewhere where they're evil. Okay, I can't, I can't even do this anymore.
Yeah.
And that's good to show that his character has that line, because other than that, we really haven't seen any soft side to him.
With his wife.
Well, with obviously everybody's soft when it comes to everybody's a gangster and thug till it comes to their wife. Everybody's a Billy Bad A until it comes to that girlfriend or love. So that doesn't
not bad.
That doesn't count. Oh yeah,
because he did have Emma killed. He doesn't care. He's
got issues.
But yeah, I think this is a good thing, because now we're starting to see a little more humanity from Neville, because he also, at first he was gonna go when Miles told them to go to the south. I'm gonna head up north to go find Charlie. He hesitates for a second. And he's like, man, let me go get my son. So he's starting to come around, and I think deep down inside he's a really good guy. I do like him, even though he's mean. I like him.
I wouldn't call it coming around. I call it he has to switch his persona up. He has to switch his image up, because as they get closer and closer to whether winning the battle or losing the battle, he has to have people around him who are going to fight for him, who don't want him dead. So I figure like he's, trying to come around, be a team player with different, bits and pieces of things. And it just so happened his son, was caught up in the funk. Yeah. So Neville, he's a chameleon.
And he is, and I mean, his son said that last episode, he was like, you were with them. And basically it's like whoever has the most power, that's where he's going to go, and that's what he's going to adapt to. And at least this time, he chose his son and not, himself. He chose his son. And I like that, because when he went to go get his son, and what was it, 5?
It was 5 of them.
5 militia guys were around him. He did that thing. You better matrix it on out. He just turned and boom, boom, boom. He got shot in the shoulder.
Got shot in the shoulder. It's okay. Got shot in the shoulder.
He took care of them, and I was proud of him.
Total redemption. So I think anyone out there, all the Revolution fans who probably didn't like Major Neville at that time, you know, you kind of had to be like, okay, you know, you gotta like the guy a little bit for that.
Yes.
And not only did he show that he's good with a gun.
Yes,
Everyone
he is.
has, you know, M16s, like, you know, big guns.
Automatic.
He just keeps his pistol.
And he takes care of all of them. See, that's what happens when your baby, somebody's trying to hurt you and your baby. You're gonna take care of your kids every time, and he does.
The kid, the kid, he's gonna get somebody killed. He's gonna get somebody killed.
I mean, he might, but I think it's good that their relationship is repairing. Because remember last week we were talking, and then we were talking with Maria how we said, is there a chance that their relationship will get repaired? And I think this is the start of it.
It is, but I also think it's also the beginning of the doom for some of that as well. Like how can I explain that? Okay, yeah, he's repairing his relationship with his son, but that same thing, that same I don't care mentality, I'm just out for myself mentality that Neville has, sooner or later he's gonna have to pick between, you know, his freedom or him living and rescuing his son the way in the manner that Miles goes out and rescues a Rachel or rescues a Danny or rescues a
But here's
Charlie.
the thing, he won't ever have to make that choice because remember what he tells Jason? He says, we're here, we're forever. You have me forever. We're stuck together forever. When he told Jason to shoot him, he was like, you might as well just get over it because you're never going to get rid of me. So to me, that's good and that's bad. That's bad in the sense, here Jason is trying to get on his own 2 feet, do his own thing, be away from his hateful father. At the same time, it's a good thing because now your dad, you always have somebody with you, somebody in your corner, whether you like them or not, you've always got somebody.
All this love stuff in war is going to get one of my favorite characters killed. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it.
Okay, so meanwhile, Charlie is stuck under the rubble.
Oh.
She did really good, though. She went to go sound the alarm, and I'm proud of her.
Yeah.
That was nice.
I would have died if I was her.
Why?
I would have beat my head over like with a rock if I would have got stuck under all that rubble.
Why? You wouldn't try to fight your way through?
No.
Why?
God, because I put it in the air right now. I just said it. So if it ever did happen to me, knock on wood, I know that that's my way. I'm supposed to go out.
You're just going to lay there and just be like, well, I guess I'm supposed to die.
No,
that's a shame. Because she wasn't that far underneath the rubble.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
She wasn't because it was that heavy. And she was at the top. Remember, she was at the top when she was ringing the bell. So technically when it collapses, she's at the top of the rubble. So she probably doesn't have that much on top of her.
I will admit, when I watched that, I put it on pause, and I had to breathe because claustrophobia is one that's something I can't do right there.
Okay.
I can't. Oh.
Well, see, you would have died right then, and I would have been living still, running down to the river.
No, you wouldn't have.
I would have ran to the river, and I'd have been out. I'd have been alive.
Exactly, but you wouldn't even been up there to sound the alarm.
You're right.
You wouldn't have put yourself in harm's way like that. Which
You're
is
right.
Why Team AfterBuzz, like, if it ever happened, you would not be
Don't
Team
count on me.
AfterBuzz. Who's our rivals?
Whatever,
That's
Brandon.
who you'll go for, our rivals. Before Buzz.
I choose life, okay? I choose life. Okay, so she gets out, and then you see this heartfelt exchange between Nora and Miles. And it's kind of like you have to make a choice, Miles. Without the ultimatum, you kind of have to make a choice. You're going to choose to go find Charlie, who could potentially be dead, or are you going to try to turn around with Nora and choose life and run away? And he says he has to find Charlie because he left her mom, and he basically doesn't want to be the same guy that he was before.
You see her face when he said that thing about the mom?
Yes. Now she's like, hold on, wait a minute.
Like she rethought the whole situation. Like, wait.
Hold on, did you?
But
she follows.
That girl can run. Did you see her high step bullets?
Daniela Alonso is a track star.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
Nora, you did good.
I love it.
And yeah, so she did something very selfless because she knew that he said trust him. He was like, just trust me. And she did. And she could have just been like, well, whatever. I'm
the Megan Scoop approach. Is that what you're saying?
No, I wouldn't. No.
If he would have looked down at you, Billy Burke would have looked down and said, Megan Scoop, trust me. Would you still would have ran, or you would have ran that way, or you would have?
No, I would have trusted him at this point.
Yeah, all right.
Because no, I'm telling you, because when he told me the first time to go run to the river at the south, I would have obeyed and been like, yes, I will run to the river at the south. Now he's saying, trust me, I got this. I'd have been like, okay, let's go. I will help you. But she kind of doesn't do exactly what he says. she's supposed to follow him, but she decides to run and leap and then go the opposite way. So she technically didn't trust him, I guess you could say. Because
No.
she didn't follow, because if you notice, he was surprised. He was like, Nora.
It's a woman doing what a woman wants.
But she helped him. She made the right choice.
Really?
She did,
It
because
wasn't
she
the
helped
right
him.
choice?
She
Did you see
ran
the end of
away.
did you see the end of the show?
But guess what? If she hadn't have done that, Charlie would have still been in that tower trying to get out, and they might have seen her and shot her and killed
Not
Charlie.
true. Not true.
What?
Did you?
She took
Miles
them
had
away
it
from
under
them.
control.
No, he didn't.
He was shooting like he was killing people.
Okay, so again, she did the right thing because she took a lot of them away from following him. They went and followed her, so now he was able to kill the remaining few people and go to Charlie. Charlie almost died. Remember when she ran out? She almost died. The guy was fighting her and had the sword on her hand and slit her hand open. That did hurt. My hand hurt when I saw that. Yeah. But she almost died. So Nora made the right decision, and she sacrificed her freedom for it. Go Nora.
You see this, ladies and gentlemen? I like how you're trying to get back on the AfterBuzz Revolution team.
Whatever.
No, you would be cast out.
I would not. And she did good. So I was happy for that. And as we do see, as you mentioned, she ends up getting captured by Monroe.
No one's listening. Like, this love stuff is just, it's... How do you go from, okay, I'm going to have sex with you, okay, to this was a bad idea, okay, to, you know, pick between me and her. Oh, okay, I trust you. This is too much. Just hand me a rifle. Okay, Mom.
Because you're a man. That's why.
Man. I have a heart too.
Women are different. Okay?
I have a heart too.
Men are logical. Women are emotional. We think emotionally. And in this instance, you see, she thought emotionally, and it got her captured, but it also helped Charlie. That was good. And so now she's a slave. She's been captured by Sebastian Monroe, and it's kind of, I wonder what's going to happen. Do you think she's going to survive it?
Well, without getting too deep into the predictions, no. He is going to use her. He's going to use her. That's the ultimate bait he has for Miles right now.
Yes, Miles' girl.
If there's anyone that I feel as though Miles would go travel to go save, right now it would be Nora out of everyone.
Okay.
Even over Charlie. I think, yeah, he went to go get Charlie, yeah, but I think he would really, like, bring the ruckus, bring the pain.
Because that's his
Babs.
baby
That's
now,
his girl.
huh?
Oh, yeah.
They've had relations. That's his boo now.
And it was. I mean, we've been waiting for this. Like, I've been like, come on, NBC, let me see something.
Oh my God.
When the lights go off, more than their nights go around when the lights go off.
Oh, that's how. That's
a lot
what
more
you believe?
energy going around. You know what I mean?
That is so sad.
So finally,
yes. And she foreshadowed this though. She did say something's gonna happen, and it's gonna make it harder for us because now we're attached. So she was right, because I think I'm with you. I think Miles is gonna tear up hell and high water to find this girl.
I mean, because let's look at it. He's went to go get Danny.
Yep.
He's went to go rescue Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
He's went to go rescue Charlie. He's went to go rescue Malik Yoba's character.
Oh, Jim Henson.
Jim Henson. Sooner or later, all these successful rescues are going to turn into an unsuccessful rescue.
Not, because that means that the show would be over.
You have way too much good, but the show has to be logic, though. You know.
Okay, well,
like,
somebody's gonna die, but not these main people. Well, then Danny did die.
Billy Burke is not gonna die, but captured or something. They're gonna have to spend a couple episodes on him being a prisoner.
You know what you can do to find out for sure?
What's that?
You can actually go to IMDb.com and you can see.
No, why would you?
No, but listen.
It for everybody?
No. This is for people who like to know stuff ahead of time. I will not do this.
No.
Because I don't want to know. But you can actually see what character is in what episode and for how many episodes they were in. That's one way to tell. But I don't want to do that. What do you mean?
Why would you?
No, a lot of people do that. I don't want to, and I would refuse because it hurts my feelings because I don't want to know what happens ahead of time.
To our fans out there who are going on this revolution journey with us, please don't go take Megan Scoop's
No, you
advice and-
do it if you want to, because some people like to know. Some people like to know.
We don't want to know.
We don't
wanna
wanna
come here,
know.
we want to talk about it.
Exactly.
We want to see.
Maybe you can call in and you can tell us what happens.
Killing me, Smalls.
And also, you should subscribe to our podcast on iTunes. It's really easy. You can just go to itunes.com, search for AFTERBUZZ TV Revolution, and follow, subscribe, because anytime we have a new podcast, it will automatically be there for you. You don't even have to keep re-downloading. It's already there. And make sure you give us 5 stars. Rate, comment. We want to know what you think about this podcast, what you think about Revolution, if you think that, you know, Nora's going to make it through, whatever. Just make sure you rate and comment us. Give us 5 stars if you would like to. And let us, you know, tell a friend. That's important too. Tell a friend. It's really quick. And also, you can watch us live. We're streaming live, Brandon.
Live.
On iPads. We're on iPhones. Any of your mobile devices. Just make sure you go to AfterBuzzTV.com and you can find us there every week, right? Are you watching us now?
I would love to pull us up right now.
That's kind of weird to watch yourself as you're live.
Why?
I don't know. Because then you'd be like, ah. Okay, so anyway.
Hold on, what would I do? Can you be like,
Okay, so at the end of this storyline, we see that Jason makes it to Atlanta. He's alive. Hooray, he's alive. And
whatever.
And this is the first time him and Charlie start kissing. They have finally, since the beginning episode, they have finally made it to lip locking.
It's about time.
About freaking time, right?
What's all this time they spend together? It's all dark and all this stuff. You guys haven't went into an abandoned building or anything?
They haven't had time. They've been fighting wars.
You can't
Haven't
fight.
had time.
It's only 24 hours in the day. You can't fight all day. Come on now.
Yes, and then Major Neville sees this. It's kind of creepy that he's watching them. by the
No,
way.
but I think that connection that he and Jason made right there, I think that he was thinking that maybe he can bring his son along. You know, he can toughen his son up. You know, really give his son some sort of purpose, in this army, in this fight. And in my head, I was thinking that Neville was going to sit down, talk to his son, and just tell him, like, okay, this is how I got like this. These are the things that have, you know, happened that I've had to do to provide for you and your mother for the safety of you guys. But he sees that, and now that's just another reassurance where it's like, my son is weak.
It's not that he's weak.
It's a sign of weakness. He's
It's
kissing
not.
this girl and all that. He ran out on the girl like, well, maybe he thought she was dead, but
No, he tried to look for it, and then he said that the militia people came so fast. You saw them dragging him. They took him as a prisoner, and then Miles and Nora and Neville had to shoot them.
But let's think
didn't
about
leave
this.
her.
Let's think about this, and this is what Neville was thinking. Whoa, this is what I think Neville was thinking. So let's say in a future episode, they're fighting, something's going on. Charlie gets snatched up. Charlie gets kidnapped. Everyone else, you know, let's say Miles is not around, so no one else is going to go after Charlie. Everyone else is going to stick to a game plan. You know, we'll go tell Miles. Jason's going to do something where he leaves the camp or he leaves everybody to go off all by himself and to go try and capture Charlie. He's not built like Miles. He can't go in there, fight off a bunch of people, rescue Charlie, get her out of there.
He can.
He will get captured.
No,
he will get
I don't think
tortured.
so.
Monroe will capture him. Monroe will torture him times
No, Monroe will
50.
kill him. He won't torture
He
him.
will torture him because he knows he will give up. Now he knows Neville was fighting for the Republic and all that stuff. He knows that the son is alive. To get to Neville, you go through the son. He will torture the son and make sure the word get back to Neville to see if Neville will try and come rescue his son again. Jason is putting everyone in a situation. Why are you not agreeing with me when this is love stuff? This love stuff.
Because you're heartless. You got a cold heart there. Goodness
Darn
gracious.
right.
No, but I think the reason why Neville looks at his son and Charlie kissing, he looks at it with disdain is because Neville has a wife. Neville knows what love will do to you. Neville knows that love makes you soft, but it's a good thing. But at the same time, it can get you killed. Because you'll do things that you wouldn't normally do because there's somebody that you love that is involved. So he knows that that's a vulnerability, and he sees that with his son and Charlie. So I think that's why he doesn't like it, because at this point, he's like, okay, this man is not going to make decisions based on, you know, what's good for himself. He's going to make decisions based on what's good for them. And that could potentially get him killed.
Maybe. But you know what? that little love affair right there, I can see, well, I can see them writing those two off for like future seasons, because they finally beat Monroe, and those two, they run off to, like I said, run off to Idaho and start farming potatoes.
I hope they do. I hope they do that. They do. No, but I think Neville's going to try to break them up. I believe it. I think he will. So then we go to see Bass, who is paranoid now. He is so every episode, his paranoia just grows and grows and grows. And this episode, it hits the pinnacle, because his one friend that he has left, Jeremy, his one friend who's been with him since before all of this malicious stuff started, he now accuses him of trying to take him out.
But Jeremy had to go.
Why?
He had to go. Megan.
What?
Okay, you're Bass.
Okay.
Everyone at home, this is Bass right here. I'm referring to you're Bass right now in this segment. You're Bass. You're our leader.
Okay.
You're our Obama. You're our leader. We cannot compromise your safety. We cannot compromise, you know, your well-being. You are our leader. We don't want to go for drinks. We don't want to go celebrate. What are you going to celebrate? They still have 30 men left. You know.
What do you? No. The militia has way more men.
No, I'm talking the Georgia Federation.
Oh,
yeah,
gotcha.
Because they bombed them. Jeremy's thinking, oh yeah, they should be. You see how he's answering these questions? He should be dead, or you know, I wouldn't expect him to be alive because of the way. You don't think like that when it comes to Miles.
True.
He doesn't. Miles,
Bass knows him. Bass knows him very well.
Exactly, and Bass doesn't need someone like that around him. And now he gets Bass to let his guard. I even saw Bass smile. He smiled.
He's never smiled.
And it was so awkward. I was like,
who? David Lyons.
I didn't do that. But
I did.
I was just like, did Bass really smile just now? Is he really about to go for a drink?
I thought that was kind of crazy. Like, oh, well, because it's his friend. Jeremy is his friend. He was his friend before any of this malicious stuff started. So he's saying that, can I talk to you as a friend versus an actual an officer in your army?
Okay.
And he says yes. So then he tells him, you know, it's time for you to celebrate. You've worked hard. Just celebrate. Just go get a drink. So I get what he's saying, but it does look like he set Bass up.
It was very manipulative. You're not peeing in jars, are you? That means you're not, you know, you're not leaving. You're not going to the outhouse. You're scared to leave the house.
Yeah.
You know, you're peeing in the Gatorade bottles,
Oh, that's
as
what that
some
meant?
athletes do.
Oh, I thought that meant something like, you know, when we used to get drunk, used to pee in jars. Oh, that's not what that meant.
No, like it's here's for us football meetings. Like if we're in a meeting and I can't get past everybody to go to the bathroom, I really have to use the bathroom. Just put a little Gatorade bottle. You're right there.
See, that I'm a female. We don't really do that.
I mean,
yeah.
hey.
That's not typical.
You just learned something.
Thank you for telling me what peeing in jars is. I appreciate that.
What'd you think they were making moonshine or something?
No. I thought it was like a reference, like when we used to get drunk and hang out, like you'd pee in jars. I didn't realize that
in Kentucky.
That it meant. You know what?
Let me stop before I have to go to Kentucky and somebody comes up to me.
Yes, these Kentucky people will punch you in the face. So anyway, they
walking out.
They're walking out. They're walking to the bar, and a couple of men get killed by a sniper somewhere. And of course, Jeremy is out in the open. He's out, and he's not against the building. He's out in the open. So I can see why Bass looks at him and he's like.
The first time because I watched it twice. The first time I didn't take it like that. I was looking and I was like, oh, Bass knows.
He
Bass
does know
something.
He doesn't, because if you see how he stares at Jeremy for a minute, he doesn't look around. He's not looking. He like stares at Jeremy. And he's noticing like you're out here by yourself.
And you don't even look panicked. He just has a face.
Right, and
like,
he's looking and Jeremy's looking back like, yeah.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so then I can understand why he wanted Jeremy to die, but Jeremy does give him a piece of advice and something that's I think foreshadowing. He says, you probably will take over this entire continent, but you're not gonna have any friends when you do it. You're gonna be by yourself. And that affects him so much that when he walks out of the room and they kill Jeremy, he is like crying. He's like teary-eyed. He's sad.
Jeremy died? Jeremy was crying?
No. Bass was crying.
Bass was crying?
Yeah, you didn't see. He was teary-eyed. Oh, yes, I saw
like
that.
A little...
He had little tears at the bottom of his eyes. I was looking.
See, but that's Bass becoming even more, like growing even more and more cold. Because with Emma, he cried a little.
Yeah.
You know?
He
he's
has nobody. And he keeps killing these people. Because then he finds out another officer comes and tells him that they found the sniper. And after torturing the sniper, they find out that the Georgia Federation sniper, they find out that he was acting alone. So now Bass has the guilt of, oh, I killed my only friend.
Okay. But the thing I think that he did wrong, maybe he shouldn't have killed him. Maybe he should have like had spies, you know, check up on everything this Jeremy guy is doing, you know, just in case. But to just go ahead and kill him, that means you're at that extreme state of paranoia because
That's it,
but
yeah.
it looked like he was set up. That's what I was thinking. Like he said, oh, he knows to be right there at the bar.
But he's not thinking, and he's not thinking straight because I think thinking straight would have told him, let me go put him in a torture chamber until I can find out for sure if this man tried to kill me or not. That would have been thinking straight, not just, you know what, you're dead or you're done.
So you want to torture your friend?
I mean, until he knows. This is war. You have to understand.
So
I don't know. I either kill you or torture you. I don't want to kill you because you're my friend, so I'll just torture you.
So I'll torture you, and then when I find out that
at least he's alive.
And then okay, yeah. So here we go. We tortured the mess out of you. You're alive. You still want to be my friend?
Well, he understands. He understands. This is what he understands. Jeremy understands.
Make a decision.
He understands. This is war. So it's either like, you want me to kill you or you want me to torture you. What's your choice? I'm sure he would have probably taken torture.
I'm taking who wants to be tortured?
At least I'll be alive.
Oh.
And you would not be saying that while you're being tortured.
Thank you. I was waiting.
As I'm getting waterboarded, like, no, stop.
Yo, you are not Team AFTERBUZZ. If the lights cut
you know
off,
what?
like, listen to you right now. You live in this fantasy revolution.
You know what? And that's okay.
Right.
I like this fantasy revolution world. So he kills him, and he has to deal with that guilt. So Bass is now, at this point, he has no other choice but to take over because he has nothing else to live for. What do you have to live for? By the way, why have they not mentioned his child in 2 episodes? Have you noticed that? Remember, Emma? They haven't said anything
about it.
Wonder why they have not said anything about his child.
They're gonna set that up. They're gonna set that up. He's gonna go. They're gonna have some type of final battle or some big battle somewhere, and they're gonna find out that son is his.
I think so.
You know, that's going to be a twist. You know, they're always throwing some type of twist into the story.
Okay, yes. And I hope they do because that is, I'm kind of like, why have you not said anything in 2 episodes? And that was kind of big. You can't just drop that bomb and be like, oh, there's nothing.
And I'm thinking, who's left to promote? Like, he has no.
No, he has a big army.
Right-hand men anymore.
He has a big army.
He's killed. He's killed.
I know, but there's a lot of people.
Who wants to step up for that job?
Because I'm sure there's a lot of perks that come with it too. They don't ever talk about it. I'm sure there's a lot of drunkenness, women, and you get extra perks. Maybe you get a vacation. I don't know. There's other perks that they never talk about that you get.
Miles left him. Neville left him. The guy that snitched on Neville, dead. Jeremy, dead.
Okay.
Randall, still alive.
Because he's a scientist guy.
Yeah, they'll probably come back to that. There's somebody else. It was somebody else he killed. Anyone who works under Bass. Anyone
anyone that's in his militia is under him. So would you rather be getting treated like a peon foot soldier, or would you rather be, because officers get to ride on the horses, they don't have to walk. They get luxuries that everybody else doesn't get. So obviously if you're in this military, you don't want to be at the bottom of the ladder. You'd rather be up.
More perks, more responsibility, more room for error in the eyes of Bass.
Okay, that's any job.
No.
That's any job.
Me?
Except most of these other jobs, you don't die. But this is like, that's any other job.
His paranoia is going to affect him.
Yes, we'll see what happens with that. So then next we have Rachel and Aaron. They're still in the Plains Nation.
Yes.
And Rachel's leg
is horrible.
Yes, and she tells Aaron just to go without her again. I don't know why she thinks Aaron will survive by himself. He's not going to make it by
at all.
So she's like, you're really not going to let me go, so the only thing I can do, which is probably going to get us both killed, is that I turn this little nanite pill on.
See her?
Yes. Turn the little nanite pill on and put it in her leg to heal her leg. And I was just like, are you serious?
I said, what kind of, I didn't know what my response was. I had mixed emotions about that because I was wondering, how is she going to fix her leg? How is this show going to go on without Rachel?
Yeah.
And then they threw that twist, and I was like, it's kind of just too good to be true that you could just turn this pill on and then, you know, it'll make her 100%. But at the same time, the sophistication that goes on with this pill, and like the whole show is based around the power of these nanites and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I can see where it's going, but.
And this is why Aaron is important. And he asks, you know, why am I in this book? Why am I in Dr. Jane Warren's book? And she doesn't have an idea, but she says, I think Ben knew, and I think that's why he always kept you close.
Yes.
That's why you were always around us, because whatever you know, you can help turn the lights back on. And so we kind of get a glimpse of what he can do in this episode, because they find a computer. He takes these little parts, puts the computer together, and basically, what is it, like calculates or recalibrates the little pill so that it will now fix her leg. Because remember, she said they can do whatever you tell them to do.
Yeah.
And so he, I guess, changes the code for the pill to heal her leg, and it heals her leg immediately.
Immediately, and she was in excruciating pain.
Right, because she also said it can like melt you from the inside.
From the inside out.
So good thing that at first I was like, oh,
so
she doesn't get gangrene or anything.
But the great part about that, like you said, is now we know Aaron's worth. Now we know. And you could see how he wanted to save the other kid, because now I think he knows his worth.
Yeah.
He knows what he brings to the table now.
Right.
He's not a fighter. He's not a protector. He's not a provider.
And he said that.
He can hot wire computers and Game Boys and all that stuff.
And he's like, well, all the other kids are playing sports. I'm in here, you know, working on computers.
While I was outside catching footballs and stuff, he was right up in there doing
meaningful work. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. But so yeah, he sees this, and I think this is the first time that I have seen. Rachel's done some crazy stuff, but at this point, this chick has got some screws loose, because the people catch them and they take them to go. You know, they see her knee get healed. Yes. They take her to go heal the man's son. She's like, yeah, we can help him. And then she clocks him.
Bing. Bing is for doing.
And she's like, you know, the only thing that I want is to turn the lights back on so these people can take out Monroe, because he took out my family.
Yes.
And she is like, I will leave you here.
Yes.
If you want to heal him, I'll leave you.
That's my girl.
I cannot believe that. She's got some screws loose. Because Aaron wouldn't leave her.
It doesn't. See, here's where we're not, me and you, we're not seeing eye to eye on this. Who cares? Who cares? Monroe has choppers. He has, in your words, drones. He has tanks. He has guns. This man, if he gets this power on, he is going to be unstoppable. And who knows what type of terror he brings out throughout the entire world. He already has the power. But power like the tower, like the ultimate power. He has amplifiers and he has stuff like that, but he doesn't have the nanites. Just think if he had nanite capability, what Monroe can do with that. Come on now. Come on.
So I see, but I'm just saying she's heartless at this point. She has one. It's not heartless. She has one goal, and that is to take out Monroe.
She's a hero. Because if she doesn't take out Monroe, then what Aaron wants to do, Aaron staying behind and doing all that, Monroe can come in there after he gets Rachel's power or whatever. He can come in whatever city Aaron is, snatch him up, and now he's working for Monroe.
Well, I mean, and I understand why she had to do what she did, especially because now that they've turned this little power thing on in her knee, she's trackable. So Randall can find her.
Trackable.
So I understand why she's like, we got to make haste and get out of here, man. So I get it. I get it.
Go.
Rachel's got a couple screws loose. She is heartless, but she's got a mission, so I can't even be mad at her.
It's just Aaron just feels so important now. He doesn't want to go back into the wilderness. He wants to stay in his little hobbit hole.
You're right.
That's what it is.
Okay. Well, let's go on to predictions then.
We're going to predictions?
Yeah, we're going to predictions. It's that time.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So we see that Nora gets captured. I think Nora is going to, it's going to take a while for them to find Nora. So I think she might actually end up being Bass's girl and deciding, you know what, it's just easier if I join the militia.
What?
I'm saying.
That's a hussy.
That's not a hussy. She got to survive. Times are tough.
How many teams is she going to join?
She's going to try to stay, but it's going to be a while, and I think she's going to finally jump ship.
Miles is going to try and go back for her, but I don't think the Georgia Federation lady is going to allow him. The Georgia Federation. They're ready to
surrender.
Yes, they're ready to throw the white flag. She knows that. She's thinking as a political person. Oh, I have to say the lies of my people and whatnot. But Miles, he has to find a way. He needs Nora. He needs Nora.
He does.
That's his number 2 right now.
I think he's
number 2.
I think he's gonna go after her, but I think she might. I think there's gonna be a change of events here. I'm just saying.
I think they're gonna call Texas. I think it's time for them to bring in
Texas, baby.
To bring in another alliance or bring in someone else. Texas. You have to.
I hope so. And then the other thing we see in if you look online, NBC.com, you can see that they have a what's gonna happen next week, and somebody is a mole. Somebody in the Rebel side is a mole. Who do you think it is on the Rebel / Georgia Federation side? Do you think it's Jason, as they kind of allude to in the preview?
No, it's not Jason. It can't
I think it's Neville. Because you remember when we said, how did he get off of that boat alive? He was the only one left on that boat. Remember? Everybody else died.
True.
So I think he cut them his deal. That's what the deal was. I'll be your mole. I think Neville was the mole. Remember? You don't remember this?
No, it can't. He's too deep into the Federation now.
No, that's how he made it out alive. He was like, I'll go back and I'll just be like, I made it off the boat and then I'll be your mole.
Well, Neville, off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone else. That they're not giving anyone else enough camera time for us to figure out who else could be the mole. So that's a good prediction.
Very good. We'll see what happens. So let's roll on to our quick news.
AfterBuzz TV News.
What's going on in news and gossip?
Well, NBC announced its fall schedule yesterday, and well, for the fall, when the season 2 of Revolution comes out, there will no longer be any Mondays for Revolution being aired. It's now Wednesdays at 8 o'clock. If you think about it, fall is football time. NBC has Monday Night Football. So sorry, all the nerds and geeks, the football players have pushed you to the side again. But that's not promoting bullying or anything. I just thought of that and it sounded cool.
No, that did sound really cruel.
But no to bullying, no to bullying, no to bullying. But 8 o'clock.
We're all nerds and geeks in our own way.
Season 2, 8 o'clock Wednesdays, along with Law & Order SVU right after. So Wednesdays it is. In the fall.
And so Revolution, unfortunately, has notched down just 1/10 of a point in the ratings this week. But that's okay, because they're still a highly rated show. Yes. They came second after Castle, which is the norm. That's typically what happens. But then they beat Hawaii 5-0, which is on CBS. So they're doing pretty good. Keep on watching Revolutionites. It's real. So you know what, Brandon?
What's that?
Where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter at The Cultured Athlete and on Instagram at The Cultured Athlete.
Good job. Okay. And your website?
www.brandonlondontv.com.
All right. And you can always find me on all of your social networks. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at Meg Scoop, like scoop of ice cream. Until next week. Bye.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.